going to start with your career out of college. How did you learn all this?
Well, I was always interested in survival, so as a little kid, I would read Boy Scout survival manuals and Army survival manuals, and actually my dad gave me a really good start. We had a big chunk of land, 200 and some acres or so, between my dad's and my relatives that lived nearby, and he would garden, and he would grow trees and orchards, and he taught me how to prune, and he taught me the difference between an annual and a perennial, and how to start seeds over. We have something right there. I think it was a rabbit. I just heard it. It was right there. So we might see the rabbit. They're pretty stealthy though. We have a lot of rabbits in this area right here. And so I just had this passion for the outdoors, and because we lived in such a safe rural community and I had no neighbor kids, my dad and my mom were okay with me just wandering around in the woodlands and kind of communing with nature. I was always running around barefoot on all the game trails, and when I was really little, like 5-6 years old, they would let me run around in the surrounding area by myself, and so I made friends. I'd have wild animals that would be injured, and I would rehabilitate them. Actually, I have a scar on my finger from a wild rabbit that bit my finger. This is a game trail, by the way. This is a historic bear migration trail. But anyway, so I kind of had all that experience growing up, and as I got older, it just kept expanding, and then I decided I wanted to go into law enforcement, EMS, or fire to help people. But I still always had this personal passion for the outdoors, and it wasn't until my best friend and another girl came to visit, and I took them snowshoeing for their first time in the winter. And they were like, you really should open your own guiding business in school and teach people how to do this stuff, because this stuff is really amazing and people from the city would pay to learn. And I was like, really? Are you serious? I said, I'm a conservation officer. I'm in law enforcement. I don't know anything about owning a business. But it was through their urging that I did that. And then later, through one of my conservation officer colleagues, he recommended that I go to a survival school. And the second day I was there, they asked me to teach wild edible plants. And so here's a Bolita